What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the wise and powerful of all nerds, Brian Meezus. At this current place in time, there are over 800 Pokemon to discover and collect, and it's really hard for me to delineate a top 10 of my favorite Pokemon when they're always coming out with new generations of Pokemon and new creatures to love. Plus, due to the competitive aspect of Pokemon, I've acquired an appreciation for certain Pokemon that I would not normally care about. So, I'm going to attempt to do a top 10 list of each Pokemon type while I can. For this list, I'll be including both design, lore, and competitive usage, and anything else that will make somebody think a Pokemon is awesome. Since Bulbasaur is the first Pokemon in the Pokédex, I'm going to start with grass types. Also, some Pokemon are dual types, so there's a strong chance that you may see them in multiple videos. There also won't be any legendary Pokemon on these lists. Guys, don't forget to check out my homie's page, Bulbasaur.Proganda. He does a lot of cool Pokemon memes, a lot of cool Bulbasaur videos, Venusaur videos, and you can check out his YouTube channel as well. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and share the video so you can be considered to win a prize. Bulbasaur.Proganda's links to his Instagram and YouTube can be found in the description below. Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is an ice and grass type Pokemon, and to be fair, it's a better ice type Pokemon than it is a grass type Pokemon, but it deserves to be on this list nonetheless. Bulbasaur has a notorious ability called Snow Warning, which summons a Hailstorm. It has good bulk and powerful moves both as a grass type Pokemon and an ice type, such as Wood Hammer and Blizzard, but it doesn't have great offensive stats. However, its Mega Evolution form does have really great offensive stats, plus increased bulk. Lilligant. I like Lilligant for one reason and one reason only. Its ability that's called Own Tempo. What Own Tempo does is prevent the Pokemon from getting confused by any type of move, regardless if it's self-inflicted or caused by an opposing Pokemon. This allows Lilligant to receive stat boosts such as Flatter from other Pokemon without the drawback of being confused. Plus, it also has one of the most powerful grass type moves in the game, which is Petal Dance, but it can use Petal Dance without being confused. It can also learn Quiver Dance, which boosts its special attack, special defense, and its speed stats simultaneously. Whimsicott. Whimsicott is one of the Pokemon that have an ability called Prankster, which makes any status moves a priority move, such as Agility, Cotton Spore, Switcheroo, you name it. The list of shenanigans that Whimsicott can do are a little extensive to get into in this video. When it was first introduced to the Pokemon series in Generation 5, it was just a grass type Pokemon. But in Generation 6, it got upgraded to become both a grass and fairy type Pokemon, becoming that much more annoying to notorious dragon type Pokemon. And in Generation 7, it saw a little bit of a downgrade because Whimsicott can no longer capitalize from its ability Prankster because of several poorly negating abilities such as Dazzling and Queen Majesty. Though because of Whimsicott's high speed, it can still perform a lot of shenanigans regardless. Serena. Serena is one of two Pokemon from the 7th generation where only the female species can evolve into its final form. The other is Salazzle, which is a fire and poison type Pokemon. Serena has really high attack stats and well-rounded stats overall. It suffers from having just over mediocre speed and no priority type moves, but the upside to Serena is that it has the ability Queen Majesty, which negates all the priority type moves such as Sucker Punch, Aqua Jet, and First Impressions, etc., making it essential for double battles and getting Pokemon whose playstyles thrive off of priority moves. Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is one of the most annoying Pokemon to face if you don't have a fire type Pokemon on your team. It is a grass and steel type Pokemon with incredibly high physical and special defense stats. It also has the ability Iron Barbs, which does damage to any Pokemon using physical attacks. It can also learn powerful moves such as Power Whips and Gyro Ball. It can settle Spikes and also use Toxic. Plus, it can use Ingrain to regain HP every turn. Plus, its typing makes it resistant to pretty much anything that's in a fire type move, and even fighting type moves can be punished. Breloom. Breloom is responsible for the sleep clause in competitive Pokemon play. It can learn Spore, which could put almost any Pokemon to sleep with 100% accuracy. It wasn't until the 6th generation of Pokemon where Grass-type Pokemon weren't affected by Spores. It basically just puts your opponent's Pokemon to sleep and they can't fight. It could also learn Mach Punch, which could be boosted by its hidden ability Technician. But even before hidden abilities were a thing in Generation 5, it could just put your opponent to sleep, use Substitute for safe measure, and then use Focus Punch to knock out anything that was not a ghost. Decidueye. Decidueye is a newcomer on this list. He is a 7th generation Pokemon and also a playable character in Poké Tournament. He has a unique typing, which is a Grass and Ghost type. Decidueye's signature move is Spirit Shackle, a Ghost type Pokemon move that does a great amount of damage and also prevents your opponent from switching out Pokemon. Competitive Pokemon play heavily involves forcing your Pokemon to switch Pokemon because it wastes their turns, and also switching in Pokemon to absorb certain attacks. Decidueye can also learn a variety of moves such as Sucker Punch, which is one of the strongest priority moves in the entire game. Even though Decidueye is not very fast, it allows him to compete with a lot of faster Pokemon while allowing you to dedicate a lot of your EV stats to developing Decidueye's bulk. Sceptile. Sceptile needs to be in the next Smash Brothers game. Sceptile was also featured in Poké Tournament as a playable character. Sceptile is a really fast Grass-type Pokemon with really good special attack. Plus, in Generation 3, it was the only Pokemon that can learn Leaf Blade, which is one of the coolest moves in the game, solely based on that animation. And it was easily the coolest looking Grass-type Pokemon there is. And with the hidden ability Unburden, has an amazing Solar Beam and Power Herb combo. Plus, it has a Mega Evolution, which makes it look even cooler. But in truth, its Mega form isn't that useful, especially since the added Dragon typing from the Mega Evolution only adds some more weaknesses. Superior. Superior is arguably the best Grass starter Pokemon there is, and one of the best Grass Pokemon out, not including Legendaries or Ultra Beasts. And it's all due to this hidden ability called Contrary. What Contrary does is cause an inverse of stat changing moves and abilities that are targeted towards Superior. For example, if a Pokemon has the ability Intimidate comes out on Superior, instead of lowering its Superior's attack, it raises it. Or most notably, that Superior can learn the move Leaf Storm, which is an incredibly strong Grass type move, but lowers your special attack 2 stages. Instead of lowering Superior's attack 2 stages by using Leaf Storm, it gets raised 2 stages every time the attack is used. All you have to do is put Choice Scarf on Superior and pray that you don't run into a Pokemon that has the ability Sap Sipper, because it's going to mow down anything that stands in its path, and it can't be put to sleep by Spore, and it won't get knocked out in one hit by almost anybody due to its great defensive stats. Venusaur. Venusaur is perhaps one of the most underrated Pokemon in the series, and especially the most underrated out of the first 3 starter Pokemon. Venusaur is one of 3 starter Pokemon to ever reach high tier in competitive Pokemon play, and this is due to its hidden ability called Chlorophyll. Chlorophyll doubles Venusaur's speed in Strong Sunlight. Strong Sunlight also allows Venusaur to use Solar Beam without having to charge. Venusaur has low speed to begin with, but it has really good special attack and great bulk, making it a difficult threat even against super effective moves. It can put Pokemon to sleep using Sleep Powder, or even intoxicate them using Toxic, making Venusaur one of the most prolific Grass-type Pokemon whenever Strong Sunlight is in play. And more importantly, Venusaur has a Mega Evolution, and if the other details weren't impressive enough, its Mega Evolution increases all of its stats. Plus, it has the ability Thick Fat, which reduces damage from Fire and Ice type moves, reducing Venusaur to only 2 weaknesses, Flying and Psychic. And with its Poison typing, it's even a great check against the common Fairy types, which is only weak to 2 types, Steel and Poison. Venusaur is also one of the few starters to be viable since it debuted in the competitive scene. Venusaur is among the best bulky staller Grass Pokemon in Generation 2 and 3, and a top threat in the underused tier in Gen 4 and the overused tier in Gen 5. Anyway guys, that wraps up my top 10 Grass-type Pokemon. I really want to give another shout out to my homeboy Bulbasaur.Proganda for helping out with this video. The both of us are doing a giveaway for a Bulbasaur lamp. In order to win this specific prize, you have to subscribe to both of our channels on YouTube and also share this video on any one of your social media accounts, be it Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Make sure you tag at least one of us in the post so that we know that you shared the video.